Let's take a look at some of the settings that we have. All I need to do is select the My Account button and click Settings and Preferences. So it's broken down by these tabs up here. What I like to recommend is that I typically select Never Log Students Out. This needs, in order to best protect your students, this needs careful consideration. If your students have their own personal devices and are not sharing devices, especially with a BYOD program, it may be appropriate to say never log students out. It can be especially convenient, say if a student comes in and at the start of a class signs in during their initial assessment, and you would like that student to stay signed in throughout the class without having to bother signing in again. Then you may want to leave it on for an hour or two. The projector mode, again, I leave mine to never log out because I only use my personal devices when I'm connecting to a projector and when I'm administering an assessment in my class. If you're sharing your computers or if they're public, you will want to automatically log them out in order to protect the privacy of your student information. You can also customize whether or not you like these pop-ups to come up about different information, and none of them are conveniently coming up at this moment, but you can, whether or not you like the pop-ups for information, you can, in the projector mode, you can determine whether or not you would like the projector mode to reveal student information. If you're, especially in professional development and you're teaching fellow adults, it may be appropriate to share the student names or to use the student ID numbers instead. So it's entirely up to you. But just be conscientious about your student environment and your classroom culture. In the tickets, questions, and polls, you can customize what type of editor. There's a separate video about how to write in formulas. The HTML, your load time, if you're not planning on using images, disabling this will increase your load time a little bit and reduce the amount of traffic your students will be using on their personal devices. Especially good if you have a BYOD program and not the best internet connection. This will help tailor the formatting of your students. I typically leave it on smartphone. It'll adapt to whichever it is, so that is a minor cosmetic advantage. And these are the default settings that an assessment will take as it first begins. So when you create a new assessment, this is how the assessment will be initially configured. Similarly, you can customize the nomenclature, so if you are in a charter instead of a public school district, or if you're in classes or sections or blocks, you can change that nomenclature, as well as you can adjust your grading scale. So the different colors you see on your screen, you can change those as well. Cool. And the last bit is the sharing and collaboration, and this is just whether or not your content will be publicly available. And mine is wide open, which may be to everyone's detriment. But that's why when you go through the item bank, you curate yourself. Make sure you are filtering what content you want and what content you don't want if you're copying things from the public library. That is the settings and preferences. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.